This is the audio for Capital Cities of Australia. Let's begin. Page 1. Capital Cities of Australia. Do you know the capital cities of Australia? Look at my photos. Where am I today? Page 2. Where am I? I'm here in this beautiful city. You can see the busy harbour with ferries and sailing boats. You can see the famous bridge. You can't see the Opera House, but it is nearby. You can't see the tourists, but there are plenty. Where am I? I think you know the answer. Do you also know which state I'm in? Page 4. Yes, I'm in Sydney, the capital city of New South Wales. Is Sydney the biggest city in Australia? It was, but now some people say that Melbourne is bigger. While I'm in Sydney, I want to travel on a ferry. Some people catch a ferry to work every day. What a great way to start the day. Page 5. I want to visit the Royal Botanic Garden. Perhaps I'll go swimming at Bondi Beach tomorrow. It is so beautiful near the water. There are so many things to do here. Page 6. Where am I? This city is small but important. In the distance, you can see the Australian Parliament House. This city has no beach, but there is a lake in the middle of the city. It is called Lake Burley Griffin. There are mountains around this city. It can be cold in winter. Can you guess where I am? If I say, I'm in the ACT, do you know what that means? Page 8. Yes, I'm in Canberra, the capital city of Australia. This is not the biggest city in Australia, but it is the capital of the country. Canberra is quite a new city. It sits between Sydney and Melbourne. Canberra is not in a state. It is in a small territory, the Australian Capital Territory. That is a very long name. It is much easier to say the ACT. Page 9. Today, I'm walking around the Australian War Memorial. Then I'm going to visit Parliament House. Maybe I'll go for a bike ride around the lake. It can take a few hours. Page 10. Where am I? I'm standing near the Yarra River. This city grew quickly in the 1850s in the gold rush. It still has a lot of lovely old buildings. People say this city feels European. The cafes and the restaurants are great. It is fun to travel around by tram. This city is famous for culture and also famous for sport. I plan to visit the MCG. Which city is this? What do you think? Page 12. Yes, I'm in Melbourne, the capital city of Victoria. Victoria is the smallest mainland state, but Melbourne is big. Is it the biggest city in Australia now, or is that Sydney? Not everyone agrees. The MCG is the Melbourne Cricket Ground. You can also see other sports there. I can't wait to see it. Page 13. Today, I'm visiting the Royal Exhibition Building. It is old and beautiful. Now I'm taking a trip to the Great Ocean Road to see the 12 Apostles. Once there were 12 rocks in the water. There are only 8 rocks still standing. Page 14. Where am I? This is the capital of an island state. I came here by plane, but you can also bring your car on the ferry. The ferry from the mainland takes between 9 and 11 hours. This is a photo of the city waterfront. Every Christmas there is a famous yacht race. It is not an easy race. It starts in Sydney and ends here. You can see Mount Wellington, Kunanyi, behind the city. This state has a lot of mountains. Where am I? Do you know? Page 16. Yes, I'm in Hobart, the capital city of Tasmania. The water between Tasmania and mainland Australia is called Bass Strait. This is the view from Kunanyi, Mount Wellington. It takes 2 or 3 hours to walk to the top. I took a bus tour. Page 17. Next, I plan to visit historic Port Arthur. This is an old convict settlement. It has a dark history. Tasmania has amazing national parks. I'd love to climb Cradle Mountain, but you have to be very fit. It's easier to walk around Dove Lake. Page 18. Where am I? This is the city of churches. There are plenty of old buildings here. This one is not a church. It is a town hall. It is a colonial building from 1866. This city is not on the East Coast and not on the West Coast. This state has many beautiful places to visit. Do you like wine? There are famous winemaking areas in this state. One is the Barossa Valley, not far from this city. Do you know where I am? Page 20. Yes, I'm in Adelaide, the capital city of South Australia. This morning I'm walking beside the Torrens River. Next, I'll walk through the city and look at those old churches. Page 21. This afternoon, I'm going on a trip to the Barossa Valley vineyards. Tomorrow, I have another big trip. I'm going to the Flinders Ranges, a mountain range north of Adelaide. These are ancient rocks. Page 22. Where am I? This is the capital of the largest state in Australia. I'm in Kings Park, looking at the city. It is full of new buildings. You can't see the river in my photo. It is called the Swan River. This state is famous for mining. It's a very big state, but the east of the state is mostly desert. If you go down south to Margaret River, you can visit vineyards and farms. If you go west, you will reach Rottnest Island. Where am I? Page 24. Yes, I'm in Perth, the capital city of Western Australia. Here are black swans by the Swan River. You can see why the river has that name. I love the wildlife here. I want to see quokkas on Rottnest Island. Page 25. Some people travel north of Perth to Shark Bay or to Ningaloo. They can see dolphins and whale sharks. Some travel to the Kimberley area. The scenery is amazing there, but it is a long, long way from Perth. If you drive, it can take several days. Page 26. Where am I? This is the capital of a territory. I'm in the top end of Australia. It is tropical here. There are 2 seasons, the wet season and the dry season. It rains a lot in the wet season, but it is warm. This city has a big harbour. The Kakadu National Park is nearby. It has beautiful waterholes. It also has crocodiles. I'll be careful. If you travel south, the land is dry. It is desert country. It is called the Red Centre of Australia. Where am I? Page 28. Yes, I'm in Darwin, the capital city of the Northern Territory. Darwin is small and friendly. It is multicultural. It has a great nightlife. It also has amazing wildlife nearby. You can go on a boat trip and see crocodiles. Don't fall in the water. You can also see them at Kakadu National Park. Page 29. The NT, Northern Territory, is not a state. It is a territory. It is like the ACT, but much bigger. I want to travel to the Red Centre. I want to see Uluru. It is a very special place. I want to visit Kings Canyon too. Page 30. Where am I? Now I'm back on the East Coast. This city is the capital of the second largest state. Opposite the city centre, across the river, is the famous South Bank. It has so many cafes and restaurants. You can catch a ferry across the river. This state has beautiful sandy beaches. It is popular for holidays. Do you like scuba diving? You can travel to the Great Barrier Reef. Do you know where I am? Page 32. Yes, I'm in Brisbane, the capital city of Queensland. Brisbane is in the southeast of Queensland. It is warm and sunny with rain in summer. Queensland is a big state. It has beaches, rainforests, and desert areas. Today, I'm visiting the koalas at the Koala Sanctuary. Page 33. Then I plan to travel to see the Great Barrier Reef. The Torres Strait Islands are north of Queensland. They are part of Australia. I want to visit one day. Page 34. That's all the capital cities, but of course there are many other cities in Australia. Here's a map of Australia. I'd love to visit Alice Springs and Cairns. Can you find them on the map? Page 35. This is Alice Springs in the red centre. It is a 5-hour drive from Uluru. This is Cairns in far north Queensland. It has beaches and rainforest. This is such a big country. There is so much to see. Page 36. What about those names? Did you know? The names of Australia's capital cities and states are almost all English language names: Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth. Only one name comes from a First Nations language. That is Canberra. The word means meeting place. Of course, there are First Nations names for all these cities, or for the local area. They are in different First Nations languages. You can see these on the next page. Many other cities and towns still use the names from First Nations languages. Page 37. Here is another map of Australia. This map has the original place names in First Nations languages. You will see different spellings. Perth is Burlu. Darwin is Garamilla. Cairns is Gimoy. Brisbane is Mianjin. Sydney is Warrung. Melbourne is Naarm. Adelaide is Tantanya. Hobart is Nipaluna. Canberra is Ngambri Ngunnawal. And Alice Springs is Mbandwa. Do you know the name of your area in the local First Nations language? Page 38. Would you like to know more? You can read and see more about Australia's capital cities online. Just search for city name plus top sites or city name plus things to do. Many cities have free walking tours or free self-guided tours. It can be fun to explore. Wear good shoes. If you are too far away, why not look for a virtual walking tour online? You can watch someone explore the city. Check out the weather in each city today. How is it different from where you live? Where would you like to visit? Thanks for reading. You can also download worksheets. The link is on the back page of the book. And look out for more Read About Australia books from the book next door.